Another one I want to bring to your notice is empathy. 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 I've said before now that the goal of leadership is succession. The goal of leadership is what is succession. That's one thing you should not forget whenever it talks about leadership is succession. Now, the reason why Jesus Christ came, he did not just came to save us, he came that he will have people he will call his own. You know, yeah. In Kingdom Leadership Academy, we try to tell you how important succession is. That we are not just creating people whom after 2, 3, 4, 5 years will die. You know, no, 20 years, 100 years will die, and there will be no generation again that will mentor the next person. That's why empathy is very, very key. After understanding diversity, emotional intelligence, another thing I would like to bring to your notice is, excuse me, empathy. Now, this empathy also, you have to understand empathy from the ground of diversity. Yeah. Because we from Nigeria, we may say it's okay. There's a way we understand marriage. There's a way we understand a kind of a theory, and that may not be absolute. Yeah, it may not be absolute. Yeah, there may be a wall that doesn't understand it that way. That doesn't mean they are totally wrong, but that doesn't mean they are also right. But as a leader, the first thing you should know is that you must learn how to respect people's opinion and know how to reply effectively as a leader. Because most of us, we don't know how to reply. Especially when the person is coming from a point of criticism. If it's a criticism, we want to just fight and stand our ground. It's not always that way. It's not always that way. You can actually win an argument or a fight with just understanding. And this understanding, that's what brings us back to what? Empathy. Now, empathy is understanding. If I want to tell you what empathy is understanding. There's nothing more than empathy. Empathy is understanding. It's okay. I wore a shoe to the office, and you felt the shoe is not right. You know, it's not good enough to just approach me and talk to me as if I'm your husband or you feed me. No, there's a way you can approach me, and at the end of the day, that day will be the last day I will wear that shoe to the office. But it's the way you approach me, and I will drop my resignation letter because I know I'm a human being like you. That is why most organizations lose, staff, talented staff, because they don't understand empathy. They feel their opinion is superior, and that is not true. And that is not true. Now, when you understand the theory of empathy, you understand that you must be able to test the other person's shoe before you judge, or you must be able to listen. Now, also, for you to be an empathic person, you must understand, listening skill. You must learn a listening skill, because listening skill is one of the quality of a good leader. If you don't have a listening skill, you can't lead. There is no two ways about it. That's why you can't be an empathic leader, somebody who have empathy over the people he's leading, when you can't listen. Because when you listen, you'll be able to understand why the other person is doing that way. Because most of us, we just say it and we jump to conclusions. Have you listened to the other person? No, we know you are even right. Yeah, I'm saying that you are even right. But before we conclude that you're right, why not ask? You just had to ask, at most cases, why is this like this? Before you bring your opinion. Because the reason why most person thinks empathy is weakness is because they feel their opinion is superior, or they are superior humans, and that the other person have nothing to say. Whereas the other person most of the times has the result. Yes, I can say it over and over again. The next person has the result. But because you feel you are a superior human being, which is not true. Do you know? I know we are created the same, but our society doesn't make it look that way. But as a true leader, you have to make it look that way. You have to bring the reality of God. Now, what actually define your leadership abilities, your ability to bring down what God has in his intention when it was about creating human being. What did God picture? He pictured every human being equal. I know by the reason of class or by the reason of development, people have not gotten a class for themselves. That one is okay. Yeah, it's okay, but trying to see the other person as a lesser human, it's not really true. It's not leadership. It's not leadership on its own. That is why for you to progress and move ahead in your leadership journey, you must first of all also you must learn how to listen, learn how to consider every other person, and try to evaluate, evaluate some certain, do an assessment of what the person is saying before you jump into conclusion. I remain myself, Emmanuel Joseph Edu, Kingdom Leadership Academy.